In PokeMMO, the pursuit of shinies is a symbol of both dedication and luck. With the shiny rate set at 1 in 30,000, shiny hunting becomes an arduous quest for many. Yet despite the odds, players persevere with patience and a desire to add these rare Pokemon to their collections. Players often opt to hunt rare Pokemon such as Metagross, Eevee, and Riolu due to the status that comes with having these shiny Pokemon. However, within the game, there is a Pokemon that is often overlooked: Shiny Unown. Shiny Unown often finds itself overshadowed by more flamboyant and well-known shinies. Its subtle elegance is easily overlooked amongst the frenzy for more vibrant alternatives. However, for Fongus, that isn't the case. Fongus started their journey on the 21st of January 2023 with only one goal: collect all 28 forms of Shiny Unown. Although this wouldn't be an easy task, Fongus would encounter their first shiny 10 days later on the 31st. Unown P would be caught in 8,070 encounters at 5,980 hours, marking the first Unown in their journey. Almost a month later, at 25,172 encounters, Fongus would encounter their second shiny Unown, Unown R, on the 23rd of February, 181 hours since their last Unown. 3 months later, on the 15th of May, shiny Unown B would be caught, marking another form completed on their quest. A total of 50,738 encounters and 443 hours since their last shiny. 13 days later, Fongus would encounter shiny Unown A at a total of 28,709 encounters, 158 hours since their last shiny. On the 18th of June, 223 hours later since Unown A, at a total of 16,535 encounters, Fongus would encounter shiny Unown Y. The following day, 15 hours since Fongus's last shiny, they would encounter their sixth Unown, Unown Y, at 2,418 encounters, which would be their first of many duplicate shinies. 181 hours since Fongus's last shiny, they encountered another Unown A, marking their second duplicate at 33,515 encounters. 4 days later, at 8,834 encounters, Fongus would encounter their 8th shiny Unown, Unown E, 54 hours since their last shiny. On the 5th of August 2023, Fongus would encounter their 9th shiny Unown, W, at a total of 19,419 encounters. The 10th of August 2023 would mark the day Fongus officially hit 200,000 total Unown encounters since starting their journey, and exactly a month later, Fongus would hit 300,000 total Unown encounters. Then, finally, 736 hours since their last shiny Unown and a total of 115,187 encounters, Fongus would encounter their third duplicate shiny, shiny Unown A. On the 28th of November, Fongus would encounter shiny Unown P, another duplicate, 499 hours since their last shiny, and 46,606 encounters total. 55 hours since Fongus's last shiny, they would encounter shiny Unown I, a new form from a long streak of duplicates, at 5,929 encounters. Unfortunately, this wouldn't last long, as their next shiny would be another duplicate, shiny Unown Y, at a total of 17,391 encounters. On the 1st of January this year, Fongus would encounter shiny Unown W, which was another duplicate, at a total of 4,264 encounters. 77 hours since their last shiny, Fongus would encounter another shiny Unown, X, at a total of 11,973 encounters. On the 10th of January, Unknown S would be encountered at a total of 2,397 encounters. 3 days later, Fongus would mark hitting the milestone of 400,000 total encounters, almost reaching 500,000. And the following month, Fongus would mark 3,000 hours spent total on their quest to capture each and every form of shiny Unknown. On the 10th of February, Fongus would encounter their first secret shiny, Unown O, after 32,665 encounters. On March 16th, Fongus would encounter their 7th duplicate Unown, Unown S, at 52,639 encounters. 46 hours later, Fongus would encounter another duplicate Unown S at 8,458 encounters. 240 encounters later, on the same day, Fongus would encounter a new Unown, Unown G. Unown U was caught 39 hours later at a total of 7,562 encounters, marking half the alphabet complete. The 26th of March 2024 would mark 1 year and 2 months since Fongus had started their journey. It would also be the day that Fongus would surpass 500,000 total Unknown encounters. On April 8th, Fongus caught a new letter, Unknown N, in 31,890 encounters. 129 hours since their last shiny Unknown, Fongus would encounter another new letter. It seems like the duplicate streak was over. Unknown Z would be caught and added to the list after a total of 24,334 encounters. 11 hours later, Fongus would encounter a shiny Unknown exclamation mark at 1,801 encounters. Then, on the same day, Fongus would encounter another shiny Unknown just 349 encounters later. The shiny would be shiny Unknown Q. That pretty much sums up Fongus's current history shiny hunting each Unknown form, which almost covers a year and a half of shiny hunting. What stood out to me though is their determination throughout their quest, catching multiple duplicate shinies after being dry for so long, yet still continuing really goes to show their willpower. For example, being dry for literally 2 months only for a third duplicate shiny surely must have been difficult. All this information I've covered today can be found on their forum thread and their Google spreadsheet. Links will be in the description. Whilst making this video, I was able to speak with Fongus and ask them 3 questions. The first question was, how often do you use donator status? And if you know, how much have you spent on the journey in total? On Fongus's forum thread, they stated that they rarely use shiny charms and often opt to use donor. Fongus responded with, pretty much I'm always on donator. Can't recall a single shiny of mine that wasn't in donator. And I have been shunting on this game for a little over 3 years now. Used to do for the most part 7 or 14 days donator, but a few days ago I switched to 30 days since it saves money in the long run. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much I spent on the Unknown quest. I wanted to make a lure count on this post, but by then I was pretty far on it. To give you an approximation, 99 expert lures, which is 145,000, equals roughly 1,500 Unknown encounters, and I'm now at around 590,000 Unknown encounters only. As I said earlier, this is an estimate. However, if I have to guess, between lures and donators, I spent around 150 million Pokeyen. Lately, I have been doing at least 2 expert lure stacks a day. At least 2 stacks of expert lures a day is mind-boggling, since that's the minimum that Fongus would do. Also, an estimate of 150 million is insane, but quickly makes sense when you factor in like the lures and the donor. The next question I asked Fongus was, do you ever experience burnout / what do you do when you are not hunting unknowns? Fongus responded with, I have experienced burnout on this game before, but surprisingly not yet on unknowns. And I think what affects on that mindset is that I'm trying to do something truly unique on this game, which drives me to continue. I know some people that enjoy collecting unknowns, but those are bought, non-OT basically. Personally, I don't see the thrive on that. I don't see no journey, or at the very least, not as deep. Simply collecting and buying them when the moment comes. And the people I know that have OT unknowns, they have only one, either a 100% one, or unknown exclamation mark, or unknown question mark, which shares a 50-50 spot in Unown. I think the fact I have people supporting me and that I'm most likely the only person on the game trying makes me want to continue. It's very surprising to me that Fongus has not experienced burnout on this hunt yet, which has been ongoing for more than a year now. But as they said, it's people's support that have been encouraging them to continue. On the topic of people owning non-OT unknowns, this is something that I also have the same viewpoint on. Yes, it's cool if you have your own shiny unknown, but when you haven't hunted it and yet decide to buy it off of someone else, I don't see the purpose of it. To me, it has no value. And finally, the last question I asked Fongus was, do you think the shiny rate is fair? Fongus responded with, the shiny rate has been fair to me. I had some tough phases in this unknown quest that resulted in duplicates. But if you look, I also had some extremely lucky and fast phases. It's like the game is evening out everything, which I believe it's what's happening at this very moment. My last two phases was sub 2k, but currently I'm around 35,000 on this phase. So yes, to me, the shiny rate is fair. If you look at Fongus's Google spreadsheet, it's linked on their forum page and it will be linked in the description. You can see the amount of phase encounters they have been through, and some of their shinies have been less than 300 encounters, whilst others have been as long as 115,000. So, whilst it may seem that 1 out of 30,000 is harsh, in reality, it's pretty fair to others. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. It took me a while to compile everything, and also thank you to Fongus for allowing me to make this video in the first place. I would like to come back on this later on and maybe give updates when there are a few unknowns left or when all the unknowns are completed. So I will be following along this quest, and you can too by just checking out their forum thread, which will be in the description. On that note, I would like to do similar videos like this, but on different players who have maybe achieved something huge or are attempting or undergoing a similar quest to Fongus's. I'm sure there are other players, but Fongus's journey is very unique, as they are looking like the first person in PokeMMO history to collect every single shiny unknown, which is obviously a huge task. But yeah, all relevant links will be in the description. I highly suggest you go check it out, and also don't forget to go show Fongus some support. Thank you for watching.